I think that like when you're starting out and you love making music, you make it on a 4-track, right? And then you make it as long as you possibly can. Then you learn how to bounce tracks, and then you get a mini disc player because you think that's gonna be around forever. And then you bounce down to that, and then you go back to that. And I know, I love it. It's a great. It's the compression on those things is nuts. So, so to me, it's like when I had TV on the radio when we recorded Young Liars, it was just me and Tunde, and I had 2 mic pre's and 2 microphones, bad ones, and we had no monitors. I mean, I had like these Pioneer speakers that were like sitting on top of my dresser, and I was like, oh, these are monitor enough, and Tunde's like, well, that's what people listen to music on, so it's got to work. And so we're I think everyone goes through this. Like, you make something and then you're like, oh man, if only I had and then you apply if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bicycle principle. But I think that a lot of times what's carving its way into the modern scheme is that all of the genres that we grew up with have all melted together, and there is a beauty in that. We don't know what the next mode is. So when you hear it, if you guys said, oh, the next move is going to be this, just make your CD just skip the whole time, I would believe that because you guys have a history of making music that I like. But if a record label says we got to put skips on everything, you're skeptical. But I feel like, we never know what the next turn is going to be. And you see bands like, Das Racist, that song, I'm in the Pizza Hut Taco Bell combination. Who knows that song? I can't even believe that that's a song. And it's refreshing to me that made it all the way out there. And it's like that Bottles Up song when he's like, tell security we're about to tear this place up. I'm like, first off, you don't want to tell security that. Just tear it up. But I like the idea that something so like just crazy can make it all over the world immediately. And that Pizza Hut Taco Bell song, if you've ever been on tour, or if you've ever been on the Turnpike, or if you've ever whatever, you've seen those things, right? And you're in it, and you're like, it's a Taco Bell, and it's a pizza, and all I got to do is stand over here or stand over there. And the fact that can be a song, and there's not a single moment of tenderness in that whole song. And I love that. And for someone who loves tender songs, it's like I can go on and on and on about all the songs about tenderness that I really love, including the song Tenderness. But the fact that song has fought its way to the front of my head so many times, and it's like I can't deny it. And I think that the idea that there are no boundaries really, and to me, like, the medium has become so flexible that you can have like a crazy hook, and then you could have some crazy hard ass like Gucci Mane 808 kick drum, and then someone singing something really beautiful over top of it, and then something really Disney comes along, and that idea is like the most celebrated part about what's going on now. And I don't think that like you can really judge the success of music by radio or sales anymore anyway. So to me, the fact that I can call my brother, who's much younger than me, and I'll be like, have you heard that Pizza Hut Taco Bell? And he's like, man, you are so behind the times. I heard that song the day it came out. And you're like, and so he knows it and I know it, and everyone that I'm talking to, it's just, to me, it's bananas. I feel like the world is our oyster. There's no more exclamation points left. It's all a giant question mark.